Okay, this is day number 18 for our road to 300,000 profits via RA and OA, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, reselling on Amazon and Walmart. Today is the day that I was needing. We were getting backed up, getting pretty far behind, had a lot of small little projects that I needed to do for the business. And I told April last night, I was like, if you can just watch the baby today, I just need to work. And that's exactly what happened. So before I went to bed last night, I spent about 40 minutes finishing the monthly accounting sheet. At some point, I will go over all this stuff just so you can see how our December ended up being. I just got to get the business under control first. I need one more really, really solid day, and we should be sitting really, really pretty. Then after the accounting, I went to bed, woke up, but then worked on the account health. Actually, that should be accountants, like accounting and stuff. I calculated how much was on the credit cards, how much was in our bank, and we have $40,000 to spend to get to our $35,000 safety fund. So that means we have 75,000 in the bank after deducting all our credit cards. I knew we were far behind on sourcing, and that just kind of proved how far behind we are. And then I did some Walmart selling stuff after brunch. I opened 3 Walmart cases. One of them was a used listing, which is kind of stupid. I got to try to figure out how to recall that inventory back. One of them was needed an invoice, and I provided that to get undated in Lego. And one was escalated to somebody else. I guess the main level wasn't able to fix it, so they escalated it. So those were the 3 cases. I did some other stuff too, just like minor stuff. Worked with the prep center, but that was only like 5-10 minutes. I worked with another wholesaler doing some stuff. That was another 5-10 minutes. But those like 5-10 minutes I didn't add in. I just put it all as in sourcing because I was kind of working on that while I was sourcing too. And it was 6.5 hours, and it was 6.5 hours solid. Like I probably went to the restroom once or twice. I said hi to the baby, or the baby came in to say hi to me a couple of times. But when I said 6.5 hours, that was like where there'd be 2-3 hours in a row where I didn't leave the computer, didn't get distracted. And then we had dinner, and I got back on it for 2.5 hours. So overall, spent a little over 10 hours on the business today. And so what did that 10 hours get to me? It got me a lot of minor projects done, and it also got about $18.8 thousand spent on wholesale. So all this was when one wholesaler. I completed the transaction just a few hours ago. There are a couple of things that I want to see how much they have in stock, and if they don't have much, I'm gonna just go ahead and buy them out. And then also they'll have to review and confirm the order. And there's some stuff that I may have bought that, like bought like 100, right? But maybe they only have 80 in stock now, so they'll decrease that a little bit, the amount. But overall, I'm hoping it will be about the same because it'll drop some because out of the 131 listings, some are on Walmart, some are on Amazon, but even say 100 listings are on Amazon. So if I can find 1 or 2 or 3 of those that I want to buy, like instead of 30, if I want to buy 150 or 200 because they only have 150, 200 in, then that will make up for any that they've dropped out because they're sold out. Typically, this wholesaler is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good at selling what, like if I have, like last year I was doing $25,000 orders, and I would almost always get like between 20 and 23,000. So the rate is pretty good where I've got another wholesaler, I'll spend like 20,000 and I'll get like 9,000. So this wholesaler is pretty good at providing what you order. Probably just because there's not many people that do it. I was talking to our prep center because when I saw that we had 40,000 to spend, and she was talking about how we haven't been sending much stuff in. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I was like, well, maybe we can work on something where I can buy like lead, like a wholesaler lead, like say wholesaling XYZ from one of their people. I'll pay $200 for that source of information, right? Just the wholesaler. They don't have to give me ASINs or listings or anything like that, just so I can hit some hard because we send three wholesalers to the prep center. One of them, I finally realized that they're charging like $2 a unit to ship to the prep center. So we've completely cut them out because you would buy like 300 items, it'd be one pallet, and it costs $600 shipping. Absolutely crazy. So we stopped using them in Q3 or Q4 of last year. And then these two wholesalers, the two remaining wholesalers, were really solid through Q3, beginning of Q4, and then they just plummeted. Like I spent over $100,000 with this one wholesaler, but in like November and December, I think I only spent like 5,000 combined. Where like some of the months I was sourcing it hard, I would spend like 20,000 a month, 25,000 a month. Um, and then there are a couple months, like especially early on, I wasn't doing much wholesale. It was more RA there, like during Q2 was RA, and then Q1 was mostly OA, and there was some wholesale mixed in there too. But after the baby, I think I had a couple of months where it was like 20, 25,000 a month from that one wholesaler, and it just dropped out. Like I would source it for 5 hours or so, and I would get like $2,000 or $3,000 of COGS is all I would get. And the other one was not much better. We weren't sourcing it as hard as this one, the main one. So it didn't have as much of a drop off, but there was quite a bit of a drop off. Uh, so I was really worried about spending money, being able to provide enough units to the prep center, and then also just to spend, right? Because you guys spend money to make money. If I can't spend money, I'm not making money. However, that all kind of changed today when I put in like 8 hours of OA and spent almost $19,000. Um, that will get us down to, so we had 40,000 to start the day and then a 10,000 payment that's getting ready to hit our bank. So 50,000. So minus 22,000 is this complete order, these 3 days working. So 22, that gets us to 28. Plus I've got another wholesaler. So like our fourth one, that's gonna probably be our highest this year. They've got 13 or $14,000 on back order ready to ship to us. But we're wanting to source it too. I have two of our VAs right now sourcing it. So that 14,000, so it's 28,000 minus 14. That means we have 14,000 left to spend. And I'm sure we're going to get probably 10 to 15,000 off that. So we'll be like completely caught up spending this week once we get that order done. So I'm done sourcing. Now it's just hitting the shipping stuff in hard. Another thing I did is I got approved for like Go. One second, let me look. Go Gambit. So you can send all your returns there. Supposedly, buddy recommended it. So you can send all your returns there, and then they'll either sell it on eBay or auction it, or eBay, auction, Mercari, or a flea market. Like they've got their own like little shop thing. Uh, so we've got a lot of stuff at the warehouse that we're needing to get rid of. It's like if it's below a couple dollars, we typically trash it. But we've got a lot of stuff that on eBay that it sells from $10 to $40, or not 10. like $15 to $40 is kind of we got tubs and tubs. So we're going to start sending that to them and see how it goes. We're going to send 3 boxes first, see how it goes. And if it goes well, then we'll send the remaining 3 to 5 boxes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a box in the warehouse where anytime we get something that we either bought that's ended up being damaged or a return or something, we're just going to put it in that box. When the box is full, we're going to send it to Go Gambit. That's the plan for right now, because we have trashed probably over $10,000 worth of stuff. We have donated probably $5,000 to $10,000 stuff, and we have probably given away $10,000 of stuff just to random friends and family. So before they sell at garage sales, or like it's a size pants that one of my family members is a return, so it has no tag, but you give it to a family member for them to wear it or use or whatever. So that's exciting. That's going to save a lot of time and stress. Always, because I hate trashing it, and the Goodwill is like almost an hour away. Well, it's like an hour and a half round trip. So that's never really feasible. And then also you just like, I did that one time. I dropped off like $4,000 of stuff, like a full van full of, I think it was like 15 boxes or something, large Walmart boxes. And you're like, well, I don't know, just kind of like to get something out of it, like at least some kind of money back from it. But it is what it is. I really hope Go Gambit works. I'm super excited. That will be a fix that we've needed for 5 years since we've been selling it. Maybe not the first 6 months or a year, because we were selling on eBay still then. So if anything was over like $10 or $15, we'd sell on eBay. But ever since then, we stopped eBay to focus on Amazon. And I'm going to say it real quick because you guys always hear it. But Walmart, holy smokes. I was going through some of our sales on Walmart. We literally are having 60% margin, not ROI, margin on some of our sales. Like some stuff we bought for $10, it's selling for $50. We're making $28 a piece, 280% ROI. We're selling like some toys that you can get off the shelf. Out of like every 3 Walmarts still have 2. There'll be 1 Walmart out of 3 that has 2 of them. We're buying them for like around 30, and we're making like $35, $40 off of them. And we're selling them for like $85, $90. If you aren't selling on Walmart, you are getting ready to lose the opportunity, because it's going to get flooded, and this stuff is not going to sell it's not going to be this good for long. It is too easy, too profitable. It's crazy how you can go to Walmart and find a $10 toy and sell it for $30, $40 and make $15. You think you can make money on Amazon, but it is nothing like Walmart. And we're just starting to see the sell through on Walmart. In fact, this wholesale order right here, this $22,000, it's a good chunk of Walmart, because I sourced Walmart, check an item manually, and on Amazon, I check the same item on Walmart. I check it on Amazon, check it on Walmart. There'd be some that's only good on Amazon. A good portion of them are good on both. And then there's some that's just good on Walmart. And the good thing about Walmart is they don't have all the CPC crap. Their high pricing errors they have them, but it's not as bad as Amazon's. Like Amazon will have anywhere from 100 to 250 ASINs. Like there's been times we've had over 600 stranded units because of high pricing errors when we were doing clothes. And Walmart is not anywhere near that. It's amazing. So other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope it was as good as ours. And hopefully, not hopefully, tomorrow's going to be another solid day. And then after tomorrow's solid day of prepping and shipping or boxing, then we are going to be looking pretty good going in this early in January. And that is Normally not the norm. Normally it takes all January into February to get uh, caught back up. But this whole Momentum Excel, which there's a free download in the description. This whole Momentum Excel is amazing. It's like I know I got to work 8 hours. I'm 4 hours behind. Spent we're below 6,000, but that's not counting this 22,000. So we're actually 16,000 above spent, which in itself is like a huge relief, right? Even though I know we got money that we need to spend, it's like, okay, we are like 16,000 ahead. We're like 4 days ahead. That's amazing. We are far behind. We're like a week behind in shipping, but our prep center, our prepper has the flu, so can't do much about that. We were supposed to have a pallet delivery last week, but that got delayed because of the snow and wintry mix. So we should be getting that at the end of this week. So we should be able to just really make progress on the shipping. $8,000 a day. So and plus this whole thing right here, let's say it ends up being 22,000 times 2 point, what is it, 2.3 or so. So $50,000 revenue, give or take, although it's not all going to Walmart. But $50,000 in revenue is all going to our prep center for them to prep it and ship it. So while I spent this, we aren't even going to touch this again. Our VAs are going to do all the listings and all that stuff. So I can have my time free to either source some more or work on the shipping stuff that are the other stuff that we're receiving. So that is a huge benefit of the prep center, because if we were going to be getting this $22,000, I mean, that's going to probably be 4 or 5 pallets. So that's at least a week of prep. And that's a week of prep, hard prep. So then I'm not sourcing anymore. And then we get behind on sourcing. And then the next week I got to catch sourcing. So then that week I don't do prep. So then we're behind the prep. So the prep center can really, like, when you start getting behind, and that's what I'm going to do this year. I didn't do it much last year. But when we start getting behind, everything is going to go to the prep center until we get caught back up. Whether it's the two main ones that do or the newer one that always comes to our place, we'll ship that to the prep center too if we start getting behind. I have no worries about that. But right now I think we're doing good. Just got to do a couple of good prep days. I think during Christmas time, like the third week of December, we had like 3 days in a row where we shipped out $16,000 in revenue. Each day, 16,000, 16,000. I think the third day was like 18,000 or something. So if we could do that, we would actually not be caught up, but we would be really, really close. We'd be like just a few days behind, a couple days behind instead of a week. I'm not 100% sure we have that much inventory at the warehouse or even scheduled to arrive at the warehouse, though. So we'll see. All we can do is just ship out the stuff we have, get the stuff off to Go Gambit, and then place another couple of orders, get completely caught up on spent, and then it's just waiting for it to sell. So I got to do a bunch of repricing stuff, got to do the accountant stuff for the accountant, because he's going to need that over the next couple of days. Other than that, I just keep rambling. So have a good one and take care.